Hello friends, so we are going today to do the blue-green deployment, and this deployment will be fully automated using the Jenkins pipeline. This project is really amazing, so if you will follow this, you will be able to have a great amount of experience using this project. So I've simply forked it, and I will also provide my GitHub repo link, so you will be able to do it. So simply what this project does is, let me go, yep, here. This is my Jenkins pipeline. What this project does is we have created a Jenkins pipeline using the parameters. So when you go to the build parameter, here you can select by yourself if you want to go to the green environment and switch traffic. Once you click on switch traffic and build, you will be able to just like here, pipeline will be successful. And there are multiple stages. We can go through one by one. First we have defined the tools and then git checkout. Then we have compiled the code to locally check it, test it, and then we have a Trivy file scan, then we have a Sonar Cube analysis, quality gate, build and publish to Nexus repository, build the Docker image, then we will scan the Docker image as well for the safety purpose in DevSecOps approach. This is really good. And then we have a push Docker image will be pushed to the Docker hub. And then we have a deploy MySQL deployment to set up the database. And then we have deployed the service where our application will be running on which load balancer. And then we will deploy the main Kubernetes file. This will run only when you do the switch traffic. Otherwise, if you can see in the below, it has left it since we were not switching the traffic first time. And at the end, we will verify the deployment. So this is really good project. If you follow me along, you will be able to learn vast majority of things. And we have a Sonar Cube server. Sonar Cube server can be seen here. If we go to the projects, let me reload it if it was opened. Yeah, here it is. If you see, our quality get checked passed, and we can see the vulnerability and all that which Sonar Cube has reviewed by itself. And we also have the Nexus repository. In Nexus repository, Nexus snapshot, you can see here bank app artifactory is already uploaded. You can check the artifactory here, bank app. And this is our app is running. Our app will run like this. The end result will be this. Now, if you have understand what is the end result would be, let's go to the code and how we will be proceeding it. I have cloned the repository in my local machine and get it in our Visual Studio Code. Firstly, we have under the cluster folder, we have our Terraform code. Using the Terraform code, we will create the cluster, and also I have already the RBAC information set up. From here, you will be able to see how we can set the RBAC for Jenkins. So Jenkins would be able to work on your cluster. It is given the permission. Here I have a main.tf file. Here you can see, if you go to the main.tf file, this is our VPC. Region is defined, subnet is defined, internet gateway, route table, whatever the basic stuff is we have in VPC, route table, security group, all the things are defined here. Now here we have created the EKS cluster and the node group. For the same, first we will create the IAM role for our EKS cluster and attach it. Now the IAM role will be for our node group and we will attach it as well. To create a cluster, it is really simple thing. You need to just create a EKS cluster, IAM role and attach the IAM role policy. And then for the node group, you need to repeat the same. Outputs are here, which you will be able to see at the end. Okay. Now what you need to do, you need to, let me check if I have our Terraform commands or not. Okay, I think I have cleared that. So you need to basically do very simple thing. Just clear it. First you need to do the Terraform init. And once the Terraform init is successfully done, then you can choose to do the Terraform plan. And once you click on the Terraform plan, it will give you what resources it will create. For me, since the resources is already created, let's see what it gives. Before that, you also need to configure your AWS account in your terminal. For that, there is a simple command, that is AWS configure. And see here, since my resources is already updated and it is already created, so it is giving the no changes. For it will give you, it will create a 16 or 17 new resources, and after the Terraform plan you can just run the Terraform apply hyphen auto hyphen approve to automate the process. Okay, it will take almost 8 to 10 minutes to create the EKS cluster and infrastructure. Once the infrastructure is created, we can here it is our Docker file, and the Docker file is very basic. You and here is our Jenkins pipeline. So friends, for Jenkins pipeline, what I do, I simply use the Sublime text. And why I use it? Since in my Visual Studio Code there are certain additional software is installed, so it will give me suggestions automatically. So from that you won't learn it. So I use the Sublime text. Here there won't be any suggestion and you can write raw. So here as you can see, I've defined the tool Maven, and here it is in Manage Jenkins. If I go to Manage Jenkins tools, you can see Sonar Scanner, and if you go here it MVN, this MVN is defined here. This is the MVN defined, and this is the Sonar Scanner defined that we have defined already in Manage Jenkins. And parameter is defined, which will give you the choice to deploy blue green. Deploy env choice is blue green. And again for the Docker tab we will repeat the same thing, and then we will switch traffic. We will make it like that. So the first step is as usual git checkout branch main URL is here. If your repo is private, you can add the credential, and then first we will check it locally. Why we do it locally? Because if you say this is the pipeline, at the end Docker will do it, there is no need. So we need to check if there are any error as early as possible, so we will be able to fix it. So first we will make it locally, and then it will be all the process will be automated. So we do the MVN compile and we do the MVN test. I have written skip test equal to true. So if suppose due to some reason this test fail, the pipeline will not fail, it will proceed further. Here I have do the trivia file scan. It will scan our file. Here the Sonar Cube analysis will be done. This is the Sonar server. If you go to Manage Jenkins, I will show you where I have defined in the system. If you go to the system, here Sonar Cube server, here I have defined the Sonar server, Sonar URL and the token. So this is how you will be able to define it. Sonar server is defined, quality gate is defined. You need to set up the webhook for quality gates. So in the quality gates, if you go to the admission in the configuration webhook, here I have already set the webhook. Through this webhook, quality gate will be passed. And now our another step is build MVN package. Same skip test is true. And then we will upload the artifactory to the Nexus with Maven global Maven setting MVN deploy skip test. Now we will create a Docker image. Docker image will be created and we will use this image name and image tag from our environment here. Image name and image tag. And again we will scan the our here it is. Let me go. Yeah, Docker image here. It will not be a FS. It will be image. Since we are scanning the Docker image, not the file. So that's why it will be a privy image format and image name and tag, and then we will push our Docker image. Now comes to the main part, main show. We will do the SQL deployment. How we will do it? If you go to here, we have app deployment blue, app deployment green, and we have bank app service and we have MySQL. This is our MySQL YAML file which we will deploy. So as you can see here, we will do the kubectl apply command with kubeconfig. Here you will mention the your cluster name. Here will be a token that you will be defined in your Jenkins namespace, and here will be a EKS cluster. Let me show you. If I go, yeah, this will be the API server. Yeah, API server endpoint. This you will copy and paste it here in server URL. You need to do the same step for all the below mentioned stages in Jenkins pipeline. And again to deploy a service, again we need to paste the server URL, and here we will make it a condition. If not, if service does not exist in the mentioned namespace, then only we will do the kubectl apply. Okay, now we will deploy the Kubernetes part. Here also we have chosen the if condition. If condition is chosen, deployment file is app deployment ml, else this. If params.deployment.env is blue, then this, otherwise this. And now again we will use the server URL, that endpoint, and again apply command, and we will deploy our file. And now this is the switch traffic between blue green. I have used the expression param.switch traffic and script deploy env. Now we will use the patch service through which our traffic will be deployed, and it will be traffic has been switched. At the end we will verify the deployment. kubectl get pods get svc. So we should, let me check once, kubectl get svc hyphen m web apps in namespace. Let me check if it is giving the svc running or not. It was giving it. It is taking some time. Where we are, web apps. It will give the svc. Meanwhile it is loading. Let's check our Jenkins pipeline. Now this is how you will do it. Build with parameters. You will click here. Here it is blue. You will build it. Pipeline will run. Now if you want to switch it, just do the green, Docker tag green, click on switch traffic, and as soon as you click on build, the pipeline will start running. Yeah, as you can see, it started. And here was our all the server, Jenkins, SonarQube, Nexus, and now let's check. It is not giving the connection at the moment, I guess. Our Jenkins pipeline is running as usual, and if you see, it will run. All the artifact Docker image will be running, and this will be the main page where you will be able to see this is the load balancer endpoint. If you will be able to copy it from your SVC, and here you will paste it and the app will be running. So if you see, our pipeline is completed, and switch traffic since we did, it will give you this just like this. If you don't switch the traffic at first time you did, it will won't run this particular step. So what you need to do, just make sure if you are running your pipeline first time, this build with parameter would not show up. First run the pipeline, then you can cancel it midway and then come back. You will be able to see build with parameter. Here as you can see, our artifacts are already uploaded. Our SonarQube server is running and passing. Everything is good. So friends, if you have any comments, please leave it. I will be able to answer it. Any doubt related, I will provide my GitHub repo. And if you want the every details of the YAML files or Jenkins files, I will create a separate video. Okay.